Hello, and welcome to another week of art with Miss Turner. I hope that you had a great week and enjoyed making those pumpkins. We're going to do something brand new this week. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right, I'm jumping ahead. Okay, this is week 9, and it's the week of October 19th. And our I can statements, I can create a drawing of a scarecrow. So we're keeping with the fall Halloween theme. And I can create an original work of art using color, line, and shape. So what are we going to do today? I'm going to review those rules and expectations, a reading of the book Scarecrow by Cynthia Rylant, and look at how line, shape, and color are used to create a scarecrow drawing. There'll be a quick demo, and then you're off to make some art. Okay, let me get this up so we can see it better. Okay, art room rules. You should know these by heart. Attitude is a choice, so have a positive attitude. Respect everyone and try your best. And don't forget to view the entire video and complete this assignment. Submit your artwork to Mrs. Turner via Class Dojo, Google Classroom, or email me your art at eturner@ecps.us. Offline learners, you can turn in your art to the school when you get your new flash drive, so don't forget that. Okay. Really quickly, a review. We talked about line, and it's one of the elements of art, and elements of art are the ingredients that make up art. Line is a path that starts with a point and continues, and we see different types of line. The next one is shape. What is shape? Well, shape is the outline of an object and is an element of art. And again, it's one of those ingredients that make up art. And we talked about different types of shape, basic shapes like the triangle, rectangle, square, circle, oval, and diamond, or also known as rhombus. And we talked about organic shapes, which are things found in nature, like it could be a fruit, it could be clouds, it could be a pumpkin. And we're going to be using some of both geometric shapes, basic shapes, and organic shapes in our drawing this week. I'm going to show you a really quick video. It's the story Scarecrow. Let me get this up.
Cynthia Rylant, illustrated by Lauren Stringer.
His hat is borrowed, his suit is borrowed, his hands are borrowed, even his head is borrowed, and his eyes probably came out of someone's drawer. But a scarecrow's life is all his own. It takes a certain peace, hanging around a garden all day. It takes a love of silence and air, a liking for long, slow thoughts, a friendliness towards birds. Yes, birds. Crows, grackles, starlings, jays. Ask them how they feel about a scarecrow and they'll say, "Lovely." They ignore the pie-pan hands and the button eyes and see instead the scarecrow's best gift, his gentleness. They line up on his arms and can chat all day. He knows he isn't real. A scarecrow understands right away that he's just borrowed parts made to look like somebody. But he knows this too, that there is a certain wonder going on around him. Seeds are being planted, and inside them there are 10-foot-tall sunflowers and mammoth pumpkins and beans that just go on forever. And though the scarecrow knows that he can as quickly be turned back into straw and buttons as he was turned into a man, he doesn't care. He has been with the owls in the evening and the rabbits at dawn. He's watched a spider work for hours making a web like lace. He has seen the sun tremble and the moon lie still. The Scarecrow doesn't care what he's made of or how long he might last, for he has been a witness to life. The earth has rained and snowed and blossomed and wilted and yellowed and greened and vined itself all around him. His hat has housed mice, and his arms have rested birds. A morning glory has held tight to his legs, and a worm is living in his lapel. There's not much else a person might want, and the Scarecrow knows this. So he doesn't mind that there is always a smile on his face or that his eyes are always open. He doesn't mind being up high. He doesn't mind staying there. The wind is brushing his borrowed head, and the sun is warming his borrowed hands, and clouds are floating across his button-borrowed eyes. The Scarecrow is thinking his long, slow thoughts. And soon, birds will be coming by.
Do you know what I really love about Scarecrow? His gentle nature and the way he takes time to appreciate the simple things in life. I hope you enjoyed our story today. Thanks for reading with me. See you next time.
Subscribe for more story time, and don't forget to click the bell.
Okay, wasn't that a great story? We're going to take a look at different scarecrows. Okay, now, like in this story, you'll notice that scarecrows were actually attracting the birds because typically they don't know that that isn't a real person, but they do keep the birds occupied sometimes so that they're not feeding off of the corn and the different plants. So that's where the whole idea of a scarecrow comes from, to kind of scare off some of the flocks of birds and things from eating the crops. Okay, so it kind of looks like a person standing out in the field. And they typically they borrow things, and it's mixed match, and it's not necessarily made to look pretty, but some of them are pretty, and they are designed to look very cute, and some of them look kind of scary. This one looks more like a little girl, and they used a straw and bows in her hair, and they got all fancy with bows and patterns and things. And you'll notice some of the shapes, like in the face, the triangle here and the little circles here for the cheeks. And here's some more examples. And they might even introduce some pumpkins around it to decorate. And they actually used a pumpkin for the head. And they aren't always dressed the same. The body is usually stuffed with hay, or sometimes it's just stuffed with old clothes too. And they're not all shaped the same. Look at how this one is shaped, where its arms are sticking out, and this one doesn't look like it has arms at all. Maybe they didn't have the long sticks or stakes that they could use for arms, but they had enough straw to make some hair and to maybe stuff into the body here, and they added an apron. Now, I've got a quick demo that's going to show you 3 different ways to draw a scarecrow. One is up close. One is a little bit further away that shows you some of the body, and the other one shows you a different technique as well. You will be drawing a scarecrow. You're going to use line, shape, and color. Your art does not have to look like mine. These are just examples, and you can use crayon, marker, paint, or whatever you have at home. Okay, so let me pull this up. Okay. I'm going to stop every once in a while. This is the first one, and you see it's mostly just up close, and you can see the shoulders, and you can see the head, and it does not have to be in proportion either, because you're not drawing a person. So there's one shoulder might be up, the other one down, or it might be more a fat type of scarecrow or a skinny scarecrow like we saw in the story. That's the second one I'll show you. And the third one also has like different things in the background, and I also put some pumpkins in there. Let's see. Okay, so let's start with this one. And I am using dry erase. You can use a pencil so you can erase some of your marks. I start with a circle, and this is the rim of the hat. And all the hats don't have to be perfect. And you see how I'm erasing the top part of my circle. And I did triangles on the eyes, but you could do button eyes like circles. And sometimes you don't even have to add a nose. I did circles for the cheeks. And those little lines represent where I might have sewed the mouth. And the collar, I did two little rectangles here. And the shirt. Might add some patches or pockets. Remember, he might not be in proportion because you're borrowing things. You might be using like somebody's big old shirt. And the hay, I just did like some very scraggly shapes here. They're more organic shapes because this is supposed to be like hay or things that we would use to stuff his hat with. Okay. Here's the next one. Okay. Yeah, a little bit smaller circle, and it's not even a circle, and these don't have to be perfect circles. And again, the hat does not have to always look the same. Could put a cowboy hat or a baseball cap up there. And see, I use circles, upside down triangle. You could make these a little scary, but I like mine to look friendly. And the hair is different this time. I did some longer shapes that look almost like French fries to me, but it's supposed to be hay. And I'm doing bibbed overalls, okay? So this is one big shape. I wanted to show you how I did it. And it's not even. That's the open part of the bib overalls. And here are the sleeves. And see how these are basic shapes. And patches. And you can see how it's coming together. It almost looks like a rag doll. So you got that one. Now here's the last one. This is more of a challenge because you're going to be adding some things to the background too. You don't want just a scarecrow in space where he's not even sitting on anything. I start with a smaller circle. I did a scarf for this, so you can sometimes you'll see them with scarves on, and sometimes they're really long scarves. I'm doing half of a big shirt or jacket, almost like a ghost. You could add ghosts in the background and make it spooky if you want to make it more Halloweenish, and those pumpkins could be jack-o'-lanterns. Here's a different hat. I'm thinking about it. See how tall the hat is? I almost thought that the original one looked like a witch's hat. And look how different the hair is this time. And like I said, one eye can be bigger than the other. And there you go. And you can kind of see how it's coming together. So those are the examples. and they don't necessarily have to look like these. So you're going to be creating a drawing of a scarecrow. Make sure that you include lines, shape, and color. Online learners must take a picture and post to Google Classroom or ClassDojo or email it to me. And offline learners, remember to return your artwork when you come back to pick up another flash drive. So don't forget your artwork along with all your other coursework, like your reading, your math, and any other assignments, including all your other essential classes. Return that work too. If you have any questions, please feel free to email or call me. There's the number. And that's what you're going to be doing this week. So we're keeping with the fall and Halloween theme. I hope you guys have a great week. I miss you. I love you. And I can't wait to see your faces when we go back to school. Bye for now.